Hello, and welcome to Pure Light, where we explore how you can believe in yourself and be happy with who you are. My name is Eiley. This is episode 11, and it's about automatic patterns. I'm going to be talking mostly about mental patterns today, but before I get to that, I just want to share that I gave up one of my old patterns just a couple of days ago. So I've been meaning to give up coffee since January, since the new year. And I kept coming up with a good reason not to do it. So I kept procrastinating on, giving it up. And I finally decided I was going to do it a couple of days ago. And I'm quite proud of myself now. It's been 5 days without coffee and I'm still alive and functioning and happy. So it's very exciting. I want to share another story from a Kundalini class I went to a couple of years ago. So I used to take classes with a teacher named Dea, and I remember she taught this set once where the first exercise, you bring your arms straight out to the side at shoulder level, and then the thumbs are sticking up, and you begin to rotate the hands. So the thumbs point down and then back up, and you just keep doing that. And when she instructed us to do this, she told us, you're going to do this for 7 minutes. And I remember just thinking, that's insane. What the fuck? I can't do that. That's impossible. And then, 10 seconds in, it's I'm already feeling the pain. How am I going to get through the next 6 minutes and 50 seconds? But somehow I managed to do it. And I'm sharing this because it's often so automatic how our minds react that we don't even notice. But Kundalini yoga and meditation are a great way to really start to notice the reactions in the mind. Because the way that your mind reacts to anything is the way that your mind reacts to everything. We all have thinking patterns, and it's kind of like our mind's default programming or our mental habits. So the fact that my mind was reacting that way wasn't really about the thing that was happening. That's just kind of the way that my mind reacts naturally to things as they show up. In Kundalini yoga theory, there are 3 aspects of the mind that they use to explain how the mind works. So there's the negative mind, that's the first part, and that's the part of the mind that searches for potential danger and wants to keep us safe. So that's the protective aspect of the mind, and that's the part of my mind that was reacting when it was you can't do that, you're going to hurt yourself. The second part of the mind is the positive mind, and that's the part of us that looks for possibilities and takes risks. So it's the part of us that wants to expand. And then the third aspect of the mind is the neutral mind. And that's the aspect of the mind that's kind of beyond those polarities of the negative and the positive. So it's that calm and centered, grounded place from which we can make decisions. And each aspect of the mind is developed in each person to different degrees. So my negative mind was very strong before I started meditating and doing Kundalini. And that's why it reacted the way that it did in that yoga class to the idea of doing that exercise for 7 minutes. And actually, it's kind of funny because when I did the same set in the same class with the same teacher, probably about a year later, my mind actually didn't react. So the class gave me the opportunity to notice the fact that my mind wasn't having that, oh my God, you can't do this kind of thing. So I want to take a moment now and ask you to do something to help you see how your mind reacts. So ask yourself to do something tomorrow that you would normally not expect yourself to do. So something that's completely outside your spectrum of reality and your normal routine. So just imagine you're going to get up tomorrow morning and run a marathon or jump off a plane or do something that is so outside what's normal for you, and see what your mind comes up with as a reason not to do it. So it might be something like, it's not the right time, I don't have time, that's insane, what if I look stupid? Whatever it is, start to look for that same excuse in your daily life. If you pay attention to the reasons and justifications you give for saying no, whether it's to doing things that excite you or doing things that scare you or doing things that seem hard, you'll start to notice patterns in how the mind reacts. And the more you pay attention to those reactions in the mind, the less reactive it'll become. And the more you can do the things that you really want to do, as opposed to the things that your mind can rationalize. Like, for example, for me, I was finally able to give up my excuses for not giving up coffee and just give it up. What could that be in your own life? If you want to share any insights about this episode, use the hashtag PureLightPodcast. And if you enjoyed this, please share it with a friend. Thanks so much for listening. Until next time, may you be guided by your light.